front office plan this offseason?
I'm mystified by it because in the immediate aftermath of the Magic Johnson quitting, I gave Jeannie Buss a mulligan for it. You know, it's her first time as an owner. She brought in the big name. She continued a long-standing Laker tradition of only hiring people that used to work for or play for the Lakers. But she saw what happened with Magic Johnson there. And she's looking, or should be looking, across the hallway at the LA Clippers, who have one of the most fleshed out front offices in the league. A deep bench of guys, smart guys that have done the job at various levels before. I thought she would look at all that and go out there and take all that Laker money, the $180 million per year they make in TV revenue, the $3.7 billion they're worth, and go out there and throw it at Sam Presti, and throw it at R.C. Buford, and throw it at Masai Ujiri. Instead, they are just sticking with the norm. Now, if Rob Pelinka wound up being the guy, if you went through an interview process and you were like, you know what, Rob's drafted pretty well, I like him here, it seems like he's got a good plan in place, that's fine.
Right.
But
you have a search committee, you look top to bottom, you look for the absolute best, have a competition, and he wins it.
Exactly.
Okay.
But, you know, whether it's overtly or through back channels, I've heard nothing about them reaching out to some of these top guys, and I think that is a mistake and a catastrophic one.
Let me ask something real quick. Obviously, the way Magic quit, it was, you laugh so you don't cry. The whole thing was so absurd, right? But once you had a day to reflect on it, did you not think this could actually be a blessing for the Lakers? He could have given, this could be an opportunity for them to get something right they hadn't. That it could be the positive jolt they needed going into the offseason if they did those things you're talking about, right?
100%. I thought Magic Johnson gave them a gift. That he walked away, and he didn't walk away after decimating the franchise. The Lakers didn't make the playoffs, but it's not like they're in terrible shape out there. They've got cap space, they've got LeBron, they've got good young talent, and all those bad players, they come off the books this offseason.
They've got their own picks.
So it's fine. He didn't destroy the franchise, but it gave them an opportunity to see what works and what didn't. And I'm telling you, that Laker job is an appealing job for everybody. Look at what the Thunder are doing right now. Like, you're telling me that Sam Presti wouldn't consider taking that Laker job? Or how about somebody calls R.C. Buford in San Antonio and wonders, after 3 decades down there, if maybe he wants $15 million per year to run his own thing? Same thing with Masai. That these calls seemingly weren't made is just mind-boggling to me. It's like the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Well, Mannix, the problem is that typically when I'm trying to make a decision, and if it's an important decision, I try to bring in people that might have information to be able to help me. And it's not easy to make these types of decisions. But if you keep bringing in the same people, because last year she probably went to either Magic to talk to before she hired them and or Kobe. Those are the Mitch Kupchak, Kurt Rambis. Those are the only ones. West is working with the Clippers, so those are the only ones in Laker Nation that are really live. So she went to Magic. Magic was like, I could do a better job running this team. Kobe was like, yeah, won't you hire my agent? So to me, they've gone about this the same way they've gone about everything else. Backwards. They should have went out and tried to get, because I said the Lakers, most storied history in the NBA, let's go out and make it about the best. You're in pro sports, you're at the highest level. Let's try to get the best person for that job. And based on your information, they haven't even tried to go down that road. And to me, that's a tremendous mistake, Nick.
You mentioned who's Jeannie Buss talking to. Mason in Ireland is a radio show in L.A. Mason does a television broadcaster there. John Ireland's the television voice of the Lakers. It's a connected afternoon show in L.A. Man, they said something last week that should terrify Laker fans, and that is Jeannie Buss's closest confidant and the person who she is leaning on the most in this part of the Lakers' history is Linda Rambis. Kurt Rambis' wife. And that is not an indictment on Linda. It is simply, what are the odds that the person most equipped is someone what's the odds the best person to take over the company is the son of the guy who built the company? What are the odds the person most equipped to help you with this search is the wife who you're friends with of a former Lakers coach, like former Lakers player? Really? That's the plan here? Lakers fans have to be holding out some hope that What has happened is just not being reported. That Colin has it right. That they have reached out to Masai or Presti, that they have someone in place, but their team is still in the playoffs. Because if that's not the case, then all the Lakers have going for him is LeBron. Then they just have to hope that LeBron can bring someone in, that LeBron can help Pelinka build the roster. Because if you don't get a real pro at this, then what are you doing? And the idea that none of these people that fit all the qualifications you're talking about would take $12 to $15 million a year.
Or more. Take a blank check and send it to them.
It doesn't matter. Ain't no salary cap.
Right, no. Exactly.
I think your point you made as far as the money that they're making off the court, the overall evaluation of the business, this should be a no-brainer. This is easy to do.
You said Laker fans are hoping that's not necessarily the case. I would say Lakers are hoping that's not necessarily the case. I wonder where you think LeBron fits into all this after really coming there in large part because Magic Johnson made a promise to him that this is the direction the team's going in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what LeBron thinks of all this, but he's got to be looking at that top of that organization and wondering, can I really trust in what's happening out there? And one of the bigger problems I think they have, if it is Rob Pelinka, I mean, I can't imagine they're trying to interview other candidates while trying to hire a coach. A GM should be the guy hiring the coach. But if it is Rob Pelinka, the next thing they would have to do is flesh out his staff. I mean, Lawrence Frank added like 50 people. He added my former colleague, Lee Jenkins, to that front office. Who is in that Laker front office? Where are the experienced executives that need to be around Rob Pelinka when he's making these types of decisions?
I'm coming out of this segment more stressed about the Lakers than going into the segment. Chris, great insight. Thank you as always.
LeBron
we'll see you a little bit later.
Lost a little patch of hair.
Coming up.